Hey, I'm Shannon with Formerly Obedient, and this is just my voice. This episode is for every soul who's ever been told they have fallen too far, gotten too wild, questioned too much, or stopped being safe for the people who once claimed to love them. Someone I used to trust deeply, a spiritual leader from my past, recently made a podcast about me. They said I have fallen from grace, that I am leading others astray, and even that I am living in sin. They told people to block me, to disconnect from me, and to protect themselves from me. That I'm a cautionary tale. But let's get one thing clear. I am not afraid of their words. I have heard them before, just in different voices. And I'm done pretending they hold any power here. I am not here to clap back. I am here to take up space, to tell the truth, to turn shame into fire, and silence into heat, to be loud, luscious, and unrepentantly free. This is my sacred striptease. I'm peeling back the layers of indoctrination, expectation, and performance, and standing here in nothing but my truth. If that turns you on or turns you away, good. Either way, you're listening. So I listened to their podcast. They said public deconstruction was irresponsible, that I was being reckless, that my platform was dangerous, and that I would lead others to ruin. They talked about consequences. They talked about hell, and talked about needing to protect their community from my influence. They wrapped judgment in soft language. They called it discernment. They called it grief. They even called it prayer. But let's be honest, it was spiritual slut shaming. They made it sound like my sensuality, my pleasure, my power was too much, too loud, too tempting. They said they were concerned for me, but concern without consent is control. And I don't consent to that kind of concern anymore. Sure, I felt something when I was listening. I felt that familiar sting of shame, the heat of being misrepresented, and the ache of being exiled. But for me, shame is not a stop sign. It's a spotlight. And I follow that light all the way back to myself. I remembered something. This is what they do when you stop shrinking. They try to contain you, they try to condemn you, and they try to correct you. But I am not correctable. I am a fire starter, a truth teller, a soul who moans their prayers and bleeds their sermons. I don't need their blessing because I am the blessing. Grace isn't a leash, it's a flood. It doesn't keep you tied to the altar. It baptizes you in every part of yourself they tried to shame. I didn't fall from grace. I drowned in it. Let it soak my thighs, my tongue, my truth. Grace welcomed me in my undoing. When I stopped dressing my faith up for public consumption and started undressing in the dark to meet spirit face to face, if that makes me a scandal, so be it. I'd rather be a sacred scandal than a silent saint. Obedience made me invisible. It taught me to perform, taught me to suppress, to submit. I was praised when I was polite and pure, and punished when I was messy, loud, or turned on. But holiness was never in that suppression. It was in the sacred mess, in the body that pulses, in the voice that cracks, in the moans that break the silence. I touch myself now and feel closer to spirit than I ever did reciting memory verses. I dance naked under the moon and feel more baptized than I ever did in a church tub. And I know I'm not alone. Let's talk about obedience. Because I didn't stop being obedient. I just stopped being obedient to people who taught me to hate myself. Now, I'm obedient to something deeper, something wilder. I'm obedient to my urges, my rhythms, my instincts. I let pleasure guide me, and I let curiosity lead. When someone touches me with reverence, when I share myself in full presence, body, breath, moan, soul, that's obedience to the sacred. Not the sacred that I've learned the last 25 years, but the sacred I discovered inside the ache. I am obedient to truth, to the people who hold me gently, to the lovers who know that devotion doesn't look like control, it looks like consent. Obedience now looks like saying yes to what makes me tremble in the best way, like saying no to anything that dulls my shine. Obedience used to mean compliance. Now it means alignment. And I am so turned on by my own alignment, babe. They will call it rebellion because they don't understand return. Return to softness, return to sensuality, return to self. Formerly obedient is not a middle finger. It's a mirror. It shows you what happens when someone reclaims every inch of themselves. And yes, that can look like rebellion when you've only ever seen people bow. We rise, we remember, we roar, we touch, tease, taste our way back to the sacred. And we stop apologizing for being the storm. So, if you're listening and you feel that pulse beneath your ribs, that wild yes, then this is for you. You don't need to be rescued. You need to be reminded of just how powerful you are, how divine your voice is, how holy your hunger is. You are not lost. You are not dangerous. You are not too much. You are arriving in your own story, in your own skin, in your own pleasure, in your power. So let them say we've gone too far, because we're just getting started. Let them label it lust, and we'll call it liberation. Let them pretend we've fallen. We'll keep rising, spine arched, mouth open, heart lit. This has been just my voice. I am not your villain. I am not your warning sign. I am not fallen. I am free. And if that makes me dangerous to you, then maybe it's time you asked why. I'm Shannon, formerly obedient, unrepentantly alive, deliciously defiant, reverently disobedient, and absolutely gloriously not done. Thank you for listening. Thank you for witnessing. Thank you for turning toward your own fire. I'll be back soon with more stories, more sex, more sacred rebellion. Until then, stay soft, stay wild, stay loud, and don't let anyone name your holiness but you.